A little bonus, something. So the stage is set for Johnny Tapia and Rolondo Bohol. The story of Johnny Tapia is not a unique one. It has certainly surfaced with other athletes, but it is worth looking at again.
Tapia has overcome tragedy his entire life. He blames himself for most of it, and after serving a prison term has made some changes.
Before, he wasn't walking too straight a line, and you know, he'd have a tendency of slipping now and then. But now, since he's come back, he hasn't slipped one time. I've been on him all the time. I mean, taking him over almost every week or every other week, and that's the difference, that he is on track. I mean, he's walking a straight line.
The most important thing that's different is that I'm clean. That's the most important thing. But other than that, I'm still Johnny Tapia. I like to still joke around with other people, and I like to have fun. But besides me being Johnny Tapia, that's who I want to be. I'm Johnny Tapia, and I respect everybody, and I hope that everybody respects me.
Well, Johnny gets a lot of respect from his wife, Teresa. She's a big part of his recent success.
Now that I'm a married man, there's a lot of things going good in my life. My wife has really did a lot for me, of being good and faithful to me, of keeping my head straight.
With me, I give him unconditional love. I love him no matter what, and that's what I try to show him, that I'm always going to be there for him and back him on anything he feels he needs, you know, to do. And boxing is one of them. I don't really like it, but it's part of him, and I have to accept that because I love him.
Teresa's dislike for boxing was disguised very well back in October. That's when her husband won the WBO championship in front of his hometown fans.
This crowd makes Johnny Tapia a better fighter. Is the adrenaline flowing in Johnny Tapia? I guess so. My goodness.
Especially that everything that's happened to me is like a dream come true. I've been, for all these years, and it's been 17 years, I've been waiting to get a world title.
I was very proud of him, but I also thought nobody deserves it more than him. And I was very happy with the crowd. I mean, they supported him, and you could see it. I mean, I seen tons of people who were crying, and it felt good.
I got what I want now, and I just got to look for bigger and better things.
Now that Johnny has a world title, he has his sights set on his Albuquerque neighbor.
I would like to fight Daniel Romero. When he says that everybody's scared of him, he can't find no fighters. Well, he doesn't have to go out of town or overseas to go for a world title. There's one in his hometown. I'm willing to put up my belt for it.
Through this rise, Johnny Tapia has been able to stay firmly planted.
I'm not a regular person. Nobody bigger or nobody under. I'm just Johnny Tapia. I'm just me. Just the outgoing, crazy Johnny Tapia. That's just me.
Well, it's been a comeback story to watch, that's for sure. We've seen it here on ESPN. It continues tonight. Now, let's go up to Michael Buffer in the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, proud to be your Bud, presents the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the New Mexico State Athletic Commission. Chairman, Stan Gallup. Commissioners, Louis Burke, Juan Nunez, Jim Boggio, and Leo Martinez. Ringside physician, Dr. Jim Shively. Timekeeper, Terry McDowell. Counting for the knockdown seconds, Vicky Depew. The three judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system will be Rocky Burke, Vicky Eulenbrock, and William Gant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Convention Center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, let's get ready to rumble! 10 rounds of boxing. This is in the super flyweight division. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Larry Chavez. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim, weighing 117 1/4 pounds. He comes to us from Negros in the Philippines, but now resides in Honolulu, Hawaii. His record, 34-14. 3 draws, 7 KOs to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, Rolondo Bohol. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with turquoise trim, weighing 116.5 pounds. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, he brings an undefeated record of 27-0 with 1 draw, 17 KOs, and he currently holds the WBO Super Flyweight title not on the line tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the baby-faced assassin, the undefeated WBO Super Flyweight Championship of the World, Johnny Tapia.
For this crowd. Let's go now to the AutoZone Keys to Victory and find out how they might be able to win this match.
Okay, for Johnny Tapia, the double left hooks against the southpaw style. Avoid the letdown. This is not a title fight. He still must win impressively. For Bohol, used the good body shots. He needs to hang on the inside. He's not a power puncher, but he must try to smother Johnny Tapia.
All right, there is Johnny Tapia, the WBO Super Featherweight Champion. Title is not on the line tonight, but he faces a clever, crafty left-hander in Rolondo Bohol, who's from the Philippines, now living in Hawaii.
And a good look at the knockout percentage. Bohol has virtually none, and Johnny Tapia is 61%, which is very good. You know, this is not a title fight for Johnny Tapia, but it is still a referendum for the people of Albuquerque that he needs to have passed here.
Boxing is a sport now where remarkability seems to rest on every single fight. People forget what you did even the day before yesterday. Johnny Tapia getting right after Bohol. Tapia told us today, Dave, that he wanted to be very careful about clashes of heads as he leaned in with Bohol.
He certainly doesn't want to lose any potential fights coming up, and he also leans forward a little bit with his head as well, and that almost leads to an inevitable clash somewhere down the line.
And it happened already.
Maybe sooner than later.
Johnny Tapia has the skills to do well against the lefty. He has one of the best double left hooks in boxing, and good straight right hand, and knows how to step to his left, because that's what you have to do against the lefty.
And he'll have to step in. He gets right in on Bohol here.
Beautiful left hooks by Tapia and right hands, and Rolondo Bohol backed against the ropes. Tapia is one of the hardest punchers at this weight.
There was a left hook. Big right to the side, and he caught one on the return.
We saw Bohol go 10 rounds with Junior Jones back in 1991 when Jones was knocking everybody out. Though more recently he lost to Orlando Canizales, the IBF bantamweight champion, as he went up in weight, got knocked out in 5 rounds. He just took a big right hand from Tapia.
And at what point in his training are we catching him? Always a good question. People train in the gym, but if there's not a fight right in front of them, the intensity level is not the same.
And he took this fight on very short notice, just about a week.
Well, this has been both an explosive round at times for Johnny Tapia and a measured round. Looking for a spot to place the right hand there.
He has found a home for the right hand, and he's landing it, but not neglecting the left hook to the body and the head.
And right now he wants to show Bohol everything.
So good first round for Johnny Tapia. And when he has a good first round, you'll know about it from this crowd.
Don't do nothing about different. You had it everywhere. Just watch your head go, okay? Just be careful. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't stand there now. Give him angle. Give him angle. Okay? You're doing good, Johnny. Very good.
Johnny Tapia, the straight right.
Snap that punch.
How do you beat the southpaw? That's one very good way there. A lead right hand, and he kept on coming.
No problem. Movement now. No let the guy hit you on much. Okay, you gotta go. Okay? You understand?
So Johnny Tapia comes out for round 2, as does his opponent, Rolondo Bohol. We want to mention this early on. The Tapia group, Paul Chavez and Johnny, want to send their best wishes out to John Cabrera, a delightful man, one of the nicest guys in boxing, who has helped him, been his matchmaker, and he is ailing, and we all send our best wishes to him. And his guy, Johnny Tapia, is showing him why he won the WBO championship. He is wailing away against Bohol and then roughing him up a little bit.
And so far showing the challenge of a hunger of a challenger, 32-7. In many non-title fights, we have seen champions come in, go through the motions, get a decision. Johnny Tapia has come out as if his title was on the line in this fight.
Since his absence from boxing for almost 4 years due to substance abuse and all the things that were chronicled in the story that Dave did for you, Johnny Tapia has come back with a vengeance. He's a different fighter. He doesn't know any gear but fast in the ring now. He goes after everybody.
He went to the top of the mountain in his last fight, and he's right about at that level here. Johnny Tapia, ultimate blue collar.
He really is, and he went from being a boxer to really a slugger.
He had the textbook style of jabbing from the outside, but he has leaned in, got more power on his shots, and there's some speed.
And he gets some serious leverage on that left hook. Now, for Rolondo Bohol in here, Rolondo is trying to find a home for his right hook over the hook of Tapia, but it's just not working. What happened there? Something, he injured himself. Bohol just must have, I don't know what he fell down from.
But he got counted.
He didn't even get hit, did he?
No, he didn't. Wasn't even near being hit, but there might be some injury here. He just doesn't want to fight at this point.
I have never seen that. Unless I'm missing my bet, there wasn't even a punch thrown. That is weird. Rolondo Bohol is not a ham and egger. He's a guy who will come to fight. He's been in against champions. He falls down again.
Well, that time he got hit, but he's resigned. He does not want to be here. His training may not have been the best. Johnny Tapia is all over him, and in his case, he decided in this fight he did not want to go on.
That was mysterious to me. Johnny Tapia, you look at him, he's a happy guy. He was fighting very well in this match, make no mistake about that, and he wins it by a TKO in the second round, but in my mind, under some odd circumstances. Certainly nothing that has to do with him.
Well, I think the replay of that first knockdown should be very interesting and quite revealing about what happened. He was not hit.
And let me say this about Rolondo Bohol. We've seen him before. Let's listen in. Maybe we get some inkling of what's going on in there. Let's see what went on before that knockdown.
Here's Tapia coming in. Good right hand. The left hooks digging downstairs. Nothing looks like it's overly impressive. I mean, there's good shots here. There's not knockdown shots yet. Left hook to the body now. Bohol trying to hold on, punching his way out of it. Coming forward.
Get eyes in the back.
Still wants to get something going here. Misses with a shot. Right now he's not been hit. This is just before the first knockdown.
He got hit with a good left hook there, but falls down.
The invisible man came in and got him.
Unless that was simply a delayed reaction to the left hook that landed.
And the second knockdown here, Bohol has taken too much, and of course, you don't give Johnny Tapia this kind of an opening. Strong right hand, come in with the left hook, and he's just putting everything on Bohol right now. The left hook's digging him, and that one downstairs was a telling blow. That was happening throughout the entire second round, also the earlier round of the fight.
Here's a theory, and maybe we'll even have a chance to ask Rolondo Bohol. That left hook that landed before that was a very hard left hook, and it could be a delayed reaction, because I want to point out, the man you're looking at is not a quitter. We've seen him before. No. That would be odd in his profile to think that he would just quit, and that man, Johnny Tapia, fought very well. Another man is in the ring to tell us about it, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes, 21 seconds of round number 2. The winner by knockout victory, the pride of Albuquerque, New Mexico, the baby-faced assassin, He's the WBO Super Flyweight Champion of the World, Johnny Tapia.
So Johnny Tapia returns in glory again here in Albuquerque and scores a technical knockout win over Rolondo Bohol. We'll try and sort everything out for you when we come back. Stay with us. We return to the convention center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where Johnny Tapia has scored a TKO win in the second round. The gentleman here who was knocked out by Johnny Tapia, Rolondo Bohol. And Rolondo, there was one odd thing about that first knockdown. At the moment you went down, you weren't hit with a punch. What was the story with that?
With that, when I catch the left hook, I feel, because I'm thinking I'm still okay. But it's delayed reaction. I never know my knees weak.
So I pulled down. So it was the left hook that he landed just a couple of moments before, and you literally were standing there, and all of a sudden you just fell.
Yes. I never expected for that fight. And then you know what? This fight, they called me in just last minute. They called me about just 1 week, and I don't know because I'm not in shape. But
conditioning was a problem, but it was that left hook. And has that ever happened to you before to have a delayed reaction like that?
Delayed reaction, yeah. I cannot expect, when the first time when Tapia hit me a left hook and catching the chain.
All right, we wanted you to at least explain it. Good effort as always, and it's a shame that happened to you. But next time, maybe we'll see you with a little more notice.
Oh yeah. But at the same time, I'm working also in Hawaii, so sometimes it's hard to train.
All right. Well, listen. Good luck to you in the future. Yeah. Let's go up to the ring where Dave Bontempo has Johnny Tapia.
Okay, Al. Johnny Tapia, Clint here. Johnny, congratulations on this victory. Are you surprised it came this fast?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the Coors Brewery and Joji Maloof for the help and the sponsor that they given me. Okay, this guy was a warrior. I knew that he was very tough. I trained very hard for him, and thank the Lord that everything went good for me.
You decided to get right on top of him right away.
Because he played like he was hurt. So once the crowd got behind me, I put pressure on him, and I missed a lot of shots that I should have, but I still kept on following up.
Well, how much more does this crowd add to your performance?
If it wasn't for the crowd, I wouldn't do as good as I do.
We were talking earlier about getting up to the same level as you did for the championship fight. You didn't figure you could get that all the way, but you got pretty close tonight.
I tried to do the best I could. I'd like to give a lot of thanks to John Cabrera for helping me out, and I hope you feel better, John, and my manager also. Things are just going my way right now, and I thank the good Lord upstairs.
We talked earlier to Bohol about the first knockdown. What was your take on that?
I thought he fell. I hit him with some body shots. I hurt him, but I seen him fall, and once I seen that he fell, I decided to follow up on him and keep on following up, and things went good.
Let's take a look at the second knockdown. We're going to see what's going on, and take us through it, Johnny.
Okay, I threw a right hand. He missed. I went over that. I've been working, and then I started going to his body right now, under and over. And I did go over, but it was just one good body shot that kept him on the floor.
That left hook downstairs, you were like a shark closing in there. Do you see that opening, and the left hook was the best shot there?
I'd like to say something. Al Bernstein always told me about my double left hook. Well, I gave him one.
Well, you gave him one, but fortunately for him, he didn't feel it.
No, but I wish Al Bernstein the best on his marriage, and thanks ESPN for really putting me on the show.
All right, Johnny, congratulations. Johnny taking some scoops here. Well, Johnny Tapia comes up with a nice performance here and gets the win here on Top Rank Boxing, makes very short work of his first fight since winning the title. But we're not done. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Convention Center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Al Bernstein along with Dave Bontempo to kind of put the finishing touches on what was an intriguing evening of boxing. A lot of knockouts tonight, folks. Everybody got whacked out. One of the guys that did the whacking was Rafael Ruelas against Omar Pacheco, the IBF lightweight champion. Had a little sluggish start, but he got going, didn't he?
He did make short work of it in the end, as he was able to get on the inside and then get his left hooks off, and Pacheco could not really take all the punishment that was coming at him here. As Ruelas found the range after that first round, goes downstairs, and when he starts putting the pressure on, this thing ended pretty quickly.
The left hook of Ruelas is a good weapon, as you saw it there. He would use that and the uppercut as well. And on the inside, he was too much for him, wasn't he?
The good short right hand there coming around the side. And Ruella started to put his punches together. Excellent shot there of the leverage he can get, and a chopping right hand coming down from the side. That was very punishing, and Pacheco simply taking too much and not firing back at that point.
Pacheco going down from those uppercuts and those inside shots. Ruelas fights very well on the inside for a tall guy. Now, a guy who's not so tall, but is very powerful, super flyweight, Danny Romero from here in Albuquerque, scored a very impressive knockout win over Andres Cazares. And Danny showed the body punching power that we've seen before.
And we show this for the benefit of anybody who might have went to the refrigerator at the beginning of the fight, because Danny Romero was very tough on the inside. A body shot first to the head there, then he comes inside, and there you go. One shot, and this is over. We had a delayed reaction night with knockdowns, and there was one right there to the rib cage that was punishing.
You don't see too many knockouts from body shots, but you do with the likes of Romero, don't you?
Yeah, he puts a lot of power and zest into his shot at the snap. Danny Romero can get everything into his punches, and 2 first-round knockouts in a row.
All right, and when we come back, we'll take a look at another knockout from Johnny Tapia. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Convention Center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Al Bernstein here along with Dave Bontempo. Everybody else left, but we, your intrepid servants, are still here to talk to you about Johnny Tapia's victory in this building when it was full. Johnny Tapia came into this fight with the same fire, and you pointed it out, that he had in his championship match and that we've seen from him since he started his comeback.
And it's very rare, Al, that a fighter will have that. You look for the coasting, you look for the letdown in the next fight, especially a non-title situation. But Johnny Tapia is somebody who feeds off the crowd. They get him motivated, he comes on more strong. He looked polished tonight. He looked like none of that title went to his head. He looked like he ate well, he stayed well, he lived well in the couple months after that.
And, you know, Rolondo Bohol, who is really not a stiff, not a ham and egger. He'd been in with a bunch of champions and fought well. The power of Tapia was just too much.
Well, it resulted in one of the strangest knockdowns that we've ever seen, a delayed reaction to the left hook, as Tapia is doing everything, and I guess more of a delayed reaction than you see in other cases. You see delayed reaction. This was a little bit more delayed, and this was the beginning of the end.
You know, looking at that, Dave, we can see that was a heck of a left hook that Johnny Tapia hit him with, and now the end of the fight.
And like all good fighters, Johnny Tapia does not let Bohol off the hook. Tremendous right hand there. He just deeps down. He knows he's got so many shots to hit him with, and that left hook to the body, again, to the same place, was devastating, and it ended this fight.
Tremendous body work, Johnny Tapia, really showing us the all-around skills we know he has.
Yeah, and, you know, he sets himself up for other fights. He was concerned about being cut in this fight, doing something awkward, not looking good. Well, he looked very good.
He did indeed. On top of all his work in the ring, afterwards in his interview, he showed he's quite an investigative journalist, scooping you, and a little premature in his release of my pending marriage.
Well, in that case, Al, let me be the second to say congratulations to you on your wedding, and on behalf of all of us here. Hey, you know, in boxing, you know, we never know when things are officially done.
Okay, let me say this. We're going to have the press conference. This deal is final. I am engaged to the lovely Connie Rocco, and I will be getting married next June. So thank you for those congratulations.
Congratulations to you and to Connie, and a lovely life ahead.
Thank you very much. Hey, we've had fun here in Albuquerque. On behalf of Dave Bontempo, we hope you enjoyed our night of knockouts. We'll see you next week. Take care.
The next episode of Top Rank Boxing can be seen Friday, December 23rd at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time on TSN.
We'll be cheering for the gold medal champion from Barcelona, now back fighting in front of his fans here near East Los Angeles, where he grew up. And the boos, no doubt, are coming from those Avila fans who have come from Bakersfield and Palmdale, where John is from. And John also spent a number of years living here in Los Angeles. So we'll have a noisy, enthusiastic crowd. De La Hoya, 15-0 with 14 knockouts. John Avila, 20 victories, only 1 loss with 11 knockouts. And let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer.